Sorry.
What were you watching just then, by the way? The start,
I was wondering how Lando got into P3, so I was just looking.
I mean, we could discuss that, but you probably don't want to get involved in that.
I don't really care
No.
at all, to be honest.
Well, I'm not surprised because that was sensational. Well done.
Thank you.
You must be really pleased.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. As I said, this weekend, this track has been, sorry, got my own hair in my mouth. This track has not been my best friend over the years, mainly through my own doing. And it's been a tense weekend for me, and Friday was not a good day. Wasn't feeling good, but come Q3, felt really on it, and the race really under control. Such a long race, God. It's just like, it's crazy this race is like half an hour longer than some others, but I was pretty glad to see the margin. But I stayed on it, to be honest. I realised as soon as you back off a bit, tyre temps maybe drop, and you're not as focused. So I just sort of stayed on it. It was really challenging with the blue flag cars as well, but I'm happy.
So the constructors now, massively important for teams. For you to take second in the constructors as a team, what would that mean? Because obviously drivers is a long stretch.
No, I mean that's the goal for us at the moment. The team are working so hard. We know McLaren have a dominant team, but we've on average had the second best car, sort of along with Max, and we need to try and seal that P2. So pleased. Kimi, was he fifth?
Kimi, yes.
Yeah, fifth.
Yeah.
So pleased, he got some good points as well, and it's just what we needed.
Are you quicker than the Red Bull, do you think, going forward?
I think it's very tight, to be honest. I think this was a bit of a unique race weekend. They've obviously been the dominant one recently. But I think McLaren, again, were probably the quickest car. Like, for Lando to stay that close for that long shows quite a lot.
Thank you.
Actually, the thing is, now that Kimi Antonelli has registered a couple of decent results in the last couple of outings, all of a sudden, Yuki struggling week in, week out just highlights how important it is to have both cars in the running. But credit where credit's due. Let's start with George, his girlfriend Carmen in behind there. Everyone very, very happy. It was, well, it seemed so easy for him this weekend.
Yeah, he just delivered. I think it's one of those races when it's a bit of a boring race. It's almost good for him, but a little bit bad for us because we never see him. He's just out front. And consistently, it just never seemed like he was under threat in that race. So an impressive drive. It also looked like the Mercedes have unlocked some serious pace, because even Kimi as well, he was struggling a little bit in traffic, but that side he had pace as well. So I think they can have a lot of excitement for the races to come, because I don't think they expected to be that quick here.
Yeah, he had a slightly tricky start, didn't he, Kimi, which put him back in sixth. But no, to come through, overtake around here is not easy, and get past a Ferrari to put it P5. Yeah, it's a good result, and it's a steady result for him, which is, I think, what he needs, give him more confidence going into Austin.
Where's George's driving now compared to the rest of his career? Is he driving the best he's ever driven?
I think so. He's just getting better and better. Every single race, every single year, he's just improving. And I think that's the thing. Last year he was up against a 7-time world champion in Lewis Hamilton, and on his day outperforming him, and in qualifying especially, his performances were unmatched. So now suddenly this year, I think the question was, would he be able to perform being the leader of the team? And he absolutely has risen to that and beyond. So he really is in one of the strongest positions. I think we talk a lot about Max outperforming the car, but George as well. He's very much up there in that bracket.
Yeah, when you look at his weekend, he was on the back foot after FP1 because he had the incident. But he, to be that strong in Q3 and so consistent on both laps, and you just watch him and it looks effortless. And that's when you see it's a good lap, and he has so much confidence in that car, and it continues through the race. Didn't put a foot wrong. So no, I think he's up there with the best at the moment.
Well, how excited must they be? I mean, I know he's not put pen to paper yet, but they are going to, Kimi, unless we're completely wrong. But it looks like they're going to put pen to paper very soon, and Toto in behind us now. We know how capable Brixworth are. They've had a run-up at the new engine regulations, and, combined with Brackley, if they can get it right, are they in pole position? They could provide a car for him. He's got what it takes, hasn't it, to win a championship?
I think he absolutely has what it takes to win the championship. If the car is there, the thing is, there's such a question mark, and that's what's exciting going into next year. But what's definitely known is it's going to be a real test for the drivers. Mentally, there's going to be a lot of different procedures. Technically, understanding the new regulations, understanding the best way to get the most out of the car. And yes, the engineers can lead it in one direction, but they're going to need drivers that can really support that. And I think George is one of the drivers that is going to be in the top of that crop to make the most of that.
I concur.
Yeah, because he leaves no stone left unturned. He's one of the best prepared drivers. Well done, George Russell. Let's get some other views from Kimi Antonelli and from Toto Wolff.
Ciao, Kimi. If I can start with the contact with Charles at the start, was there much in that? Was there any damage as a result of that? Or
No. It was, was very close, but was clean, and no, didn't have any problem on the car. It was all good. The left-hand side was quite poor. The grip was a bit lower than the right-hand side, so just struggled the second phase, got some wheel speed, and just lost the position on Norris. Then I still tried to hold on, but then I found myself very squeezed on the inside, and then Leclerc had a much better run on the outside and was able to pass me.
you had quite a lot of battles on track today, but one thing that our team picked up, and I'm not sure if it's an issue or not, were you having the steering on the straights? Was it hanging down to the right slightly, your steering?
I didn't realize, to be honest.
Well, no, it might be the camera angle.
Yeah.
So people were picking up on it and seeing that it looked as though when you were holding the steering wheel, it was slightly down on the right, but it could be the camera angle. We just were wondering if there was anything on.
Like, it can happen that sometimes it goes a little bit out of alignment, but it was fine. I didn't have any issues, to be honest.
But you enjoyed the race today, and you're happy with the performance ending up in P5?
I think, it's a bit disappointing because, I think the issue was from yesterday, Q3. I do a clean lap and I can start front row, and then it's a different race. The pace today was very strong. In those few laps that I did in clean air, we were really quick, especially on the hard. I felt really good. So it was, it was a shame because the potential is much higher, and it's just need to maximize more every session. And apart from that, George did a great job this weekend because we had a really strong car, and he was able to maximize the performance and bring home a win. And but as well, still good point for the constructor. As well, congratulations to McLaren for winning the constructor, and congratulations to our department, HPP at Brixworth, because they did an incredible job, and really looking forward to the next few races.
Thank you, well done. Well said. Right.
Well, he's not bad, is he, George? That one completely under control.
Yeah, that was amazing from the get-go. It was amazing, the pace he had, the pace the car had. I mean, it was really the winning formula today.
And I suppose the big story of the day is that a Mercedes-powered car has won the Constructors' Championship. While it's annoying for you, because if anybody other than Mercedes wins the Constructors' Championship, I imagine you feel pain. Do you feel a little bit of congratulations for them?
If it's not us that can win the championship, obviously a McLaren powered by a Mercedes engine is something that is something good. We know at least that maybe if the shortcomings were they were for sure not on the engine side. So yeah, a McLaren Mercedes is constructor world champion. That's good.
Okay, well done. Congratulations. Thanks.
He's just over there, just talking about you. Very good, Kimi. But let's come straight back to you, Ant, if we could, because we got interrupted because we had to go to break last time. We got a point on the early incident, obviously between Oscar and Lando. What do you want to say?
Yeah, if you go to turn 2, I don't know if you can, Anthony, of the incident between Oscar and Lando.
Yeah, bear with me. Stand by, caller.
Live Sky padding.
Oh yes, real time.
I'll race them up to look, I wish but they wish they could go this quick. So this one?
Yes, as you can see, as you go through turn 1, Oscar is obviously on the outside, and
I went too far. Sorry.
Okay. And he doesn't do the traditional line through turn 2, does he? Normally you would be touching the curb on the right-hand side. If you see this now, he forces Lando to the left.
Yep, there it is, drifts out.
Exactly. So he's making it a lot more difficult for Lando into turn 3, which he has his right to do, but it means that the angle that Lando arrives at turn 3 is a lot tighter, and there you see the understeer that he gets from that. So, Oscar has also put Lando in a difficult position through turn 2, and this is all happening obviously a lot quicker than what we're watching it right now. So it's made it tricky for Lando. So it's one of those things, and I think that it's both of them that put themselves in that position.
How do you think they debrief that, Ant? Is that going to be a difficult one? Will Oscar calm down once he sees it and sees all the angles, or not?
He will, because I think once he realises that once he realises that the reason for the main contact was because of the contact that Lando made with Verstappen, it's a miscalculation. It's a racing error from Lando's side. But in the heat of the moment, you can sometimes expect these things.
We've got to walk with you. Thanks, Anthony. Sorry, chaos here. We can walk with you. We're going to take you down to the driver's press room. Congratulations. That was like a nerveless weekend. Did it feel nerveless?
It was a nervous weekend, did you say?
Nerveless.
Nerveless. Well, not after crashing in practice, to be honest.
Post that.
I was struggling on Friday, to be honest. I was struggling Saturday morning. And then even in Q1, didn't feel great. But then come Q3, I felt really on it. And then the race today, like the start was mega. Stint 1 was probably one of the best stints I've done in my career to pull that sort of 10-second gap to Max. And that's ultimately what gave us the win. I think it was my track cycle with Ant that gave me a few tips.
Yeah, as you say, you learned it all from the Skypad, didn't you? After you, Jamie. But yeah, go on.
Oh, I was going to ask what changed, though, because also you said this wasn't a track that you thought you would get that well at.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all to do with the overheating, and usually there's a lot of overheating on this circuit, but they re-tarmac some of the corners, and for whatever reason, the tyres weren't overheating as much as anybody expected. So I think that was the reason. I think Lando was very quick this race, though, to be fair. For him to be 1 second behind Max for so long, had he had a better qualifying, I think they would have walked it.
What does this mean for the rest of the year? I mean, it's good to see Kimi. We were talking about that with Anthony Skypad as well in 5th. You've got 2 cars, and you're now 25 points ahead of Ferrari. 2 cars in the running from here on in. It'd be nice to secure that second, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've consistently been doing a better job than Ferrari. Obviously, Kimi had a tough run of form, but he's really sort of finding his way at the moment, and he's been exceptionally quick this weekend. It didn't really work out for him in qualifying, but he was almost leading the way on Friday. So I'm sort of glad for him, and we're all glad that sort of he's consistently putting in some good results now.
You've had some pretty mega wins. Where would you rank this one?
I mean, Vegas was a pretty cool one, to be honest. But I would say this was probably my most dominant weekend, all in all. And because it was so unexpected as well.
Yeah, I mean, so what happened? What's happened to the car? Why was it so compliant?
I mean, I've always been pretty quick here in Singapore.
Yeah.
I mean, I qualified 2nd here a few years ago, 4th here last year, but this place has never been my best friend through usually mistakes of my own doing. So I always felt like I had a bit of a point to prove here to make amends for the previous years, but it always comes down to that Q3. Like you saw in qualifying, Lewis was quickest in Q1, and they only improved 1/10 to Q3. We improved 7/10 to Q3, and in Baku they were really quick, but they didn't do the job in Q3. So, these last 2 weekends we have been ahead of those guys, but arguably they could have been right there with us.
But you personally are performing at such a high level now. What are you putting that down to, and do you feel like you're just going to keep getting better and better?
Yeah, I think I'm just in a really great space with my group of engineers around me. I know exactly what.
You're going to say your group of friends, though.
Yeah, a group of friends as well, and I just know exactly what I need to do sort of week in, week out, and just knowing, like, when you go to Singapore, what is it I need to look out for? When I go to Austin, what is it I need to look out for? And I just feel in a great place and driving better than ever.
We were squeezing Toto, pressing him extremely hard on the contract situation. He said days, hours or minutes, we asked him. He said, it's getting down to that. Are we going to hear something by Austin, do you think?
I mean, it's quite convenient. I can't actually hear you very well.
Come on. Contract.
No, I don't know. You're speaking to the wrong person here, so... I think we all want to get it done, but ultimately, like I've said before, it's got to be right. I'm not going to rush things. Hi guys. There's no need to rush things for either of us, but realistically, it's going to happen.
Put yourself in the shot window though today, didn't you?
So
nice one. Well done, George. I'll take that off you. Congratulations to George Russell, who has won his 5th Grand Prix, first one here around the streets of Marina Bay. He's off to the press conference to join the other top 3, Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. And when we come back, we will hear from the 4-time world champion.